Hey folks, I just wanted to make a video showcasing my first level, because I don't have one for it yet. It has 225 attempts and only one clear. It's kind of hard, but mostly because it's long, and there's a few tricks that I think are like, or not tricks, a few sections that I think are kind of BS. Well, let's just start looking at it. My idea for this was I wanted to remake the Darker Side challenge from Super Mario Odyssey in Super Mario Maker 2. In the Super Mario World style, specifically. If you haven't played Odyssey, then I think this is still a good level. But if you have seen Odyssey, then I think this is a good... It's just sort of fun to see how this is like a copy of Darker Side. So, anyway. So this is like the part at the beginning where there's a spaceship and Goomba towers, and it's kind of an optional challenge where you can kill the spaceship to get an extra life heart or something like that. Here, it's just meant to be a little obstacle. You can actually just jump over the whole thing. I got really good at sort of the speedrun strats of this while I was uploading it. So I know that if you just jump, you can get over it. And I'm trying to hook back in. There's a hidden block there with a mushroom to reflect the fact that you can get an optional power-up in Odyssey. I've actually discovered that this mushroom is kind of counterproductive later in the level, so I might lose it intentionally. But anyway. This is supposed to be reflective of the part over the lava, where there are the towers that sort of sink into the lava as you climb them. This part is almost like a one-to-one. I like watched footage of Darker Side to make this part. Okay, this next part in Odyssey, there's those like poles that you can swing on that rise in and out of the lava. So to recreate that, I have, like, the red-blue switch blocks that toggle on and off. And the way you activate them is you have to activate a thwomp that's up here. So I put a 10 coin thing here, so that if you get it, it'll turn on the system that toggles these blocks. So you have to time it right. You can actually jump over the red ones, but I don't really mind that. This part... Okay, this part is the first part that requires a little imagination. This is supposed to be like those metal bumps that sort of sail through the lava and you have to jump from one to the other. I couldn't think of a great way to do that, so I decided to just use like spin jumping on those spinies. Bad timing. Spin jumping on those spinies and having to jump over some high walls. It's not super hard to get past that part if you're good at spin jumping on enemies, kind of, you know, if you know what to do. There we go. So it's not actual lava that's the hazard here, it's spikes, and that's so that the spinies can actually, like, do their thing, but, anyway. Now, in Odyssey, is the part where you get to get control of a lava bubble, and you have to jump into the, like, little pockets of lava. Since I can't do that here, what we've got is the Dry Bones shell. This is kind of what inspired me to do this, and a 1-up, to make this level, is because I realized the Dry Bones shell is kind of like the lava bubble, in the sense that, you know, you can be in the lava if you have it. But I had to make it so that you had to jump over stuff. So I added these bumpers and the spikes. So if you land on the bumper and you don't bounce off like correctly, you hit the spikes and die. This part, when making it, this was the hardest part to get past in the clear check. And because like in the clear check you have to get through the entire level in one shot. And since I was only getting past that part like I was only getting past that part like I don't know, 1 in 10 times I got there, I was like, I'm never going to upload this level if I can't get past it. So I made it significantly easier. It's still not super easy, but there's at least like it's not like brutal. Like originally it was kind of really hard to get past it, or at least for me. Also, I wasn't very good at the game when I uploaded this level, so... I'm not sure if you can just jump across there. You might be able to. Okay, let's go. There are some hidden blocks here. It is absolutely possible to get these this 10 coin thing. Any coin in this level is definitely possible to get, but I'm just not going to try to get all of them. Alright. Cool. I'm going to take the dry bones shell with me. You totally don't need it, and I'd almost prefer that the player ditch it. Also, there's a checkpoint here now, and there's a mushroom. So this part is the part where you have to take control of an uproot and climb up a tower where there's platforms that come in and out of the wall, and some of those little porcupine things. In Odyssey, there's a secret heart hidden behind the tower, so I also put a hidden, not very hidden block here with a mushroom. I'm gonna hang on to the dry bones shell, but you totally don't need it. You just have to sort of time your jumps. And if you're not fast, that Goomba will sort of get you. But I timed it right, so the Goomba's this part really isn't hard unless you mess it up and have to try again, in which case the timing might get messed up and the Goomba will be in your way. So like that. If you mess up like that. All right, let's try again. So you can see at the top there. Well, that's embarrassing. Alright. Let's hope we timed it right with the above platform. I think I didn't jump right. So, since I triggered that pipe, now there's Goombas falling, and it makes this part harder. That's why the mushroom's kind of nice. Okay, so this part I made artificially hard. This isn't really an obstacle in the game, but I just made it so that it's easy to miss that jump. Okay. That's why the dry bones shell is kind of nice, because you can ditch the dry bones shell, like, while running off of this, and you can't fall as easily. Anyway, now we're in here. In Odyssey, this part is some rising and lowering water, freezing water, and there's those fuzzy enemies, and you just have to wait for them to go past, so just have to wait for these Goombas to go past. This part is not hard at all, although if you still have the dry bones shell, I don't think it's possible to get through with the dry bones shell, which is probably a good thing. And then here, again, not very hard, especially if you just do that. Now is the part where you get Yoshi, and you have to ride up on those conveyor belt things and dodge the fuzzies. So here, the penalty's not that bad, because if you fall, you can just try again, although you have to wait for the spike tops to come back down. The thing you'll notice about this is that, like, in Darker Side, there's no checkpoints, and if you die, you have to go right back to the beginning. I don't necessarily like that. You can just hug the right wall here, as long as you get your timing right. So I thought my level should have checkpoints because I'm not mean, and also I'm not very good at the game, and I didn't... Like, the fact that I was able to clear this all in one shot to upload it is a miracle, and I don't want... I just didn't think it was fair to make players beat it in one shot. So, and also, like, in a place like this, the penalty for falling down is just... You can try again, instead of death. So, this is maybe a little bit more fair than the actual game. If you do want to get those coins, you can't just hug the right wall, but it's fine. Now, this is the part where I put another Yoshi egg here, just for the sake of it. Because now you get Yoshi on one of those flower roads, and you have to dodge, you have to jump over some obstacles and stuff. And this is also why I thought Super Mario Maker 2 was perfect for this, is because now we have the snake blocks, which are kind of like the Flower Road. To be honest, am not positive if it's possible to get past that without losing Yoshi. But anyway, we're past it now. We get a lot of coins and the next checkpoint. So now is the part in the darker side where you have to climb up a wall full of obstacles that is slowly, like, from the bottom up. It's like pushing you up, and there's not really it's like pushing you off to try to get you to fall off the wall. I couldn't really do that here, but I thought a P-switch run, like a vertical P-switch run, would make sense. So here we go. There should be plenty of time. You can get that one up. There's plenty of time. Also, an extra P-switch here. Well, shoot. Well, I died. But we can try again, which is what's super nice about this. Let's try again. So there is time if you just hit the second P-switch, but I like to bring it up with me to give me more time, because you totally don't need to hit it there. And we're already at the top. It is not too hard. The next part, however, this part sucks. So this is actually the last part of my level. In the actual darker side, you would have to fly as Glydon through these hurricane things, make it to the end, and then you'd have to launch yourself on those lava forks, and then go into a whole subworld where you have to do all this other stuff. I hate that part of darker side, and I was tired of this level and didn't have a lot of space left, and I thought, why not just be done? So this is the last part. These obstacles are a little bit tough to deal with. So this part is also, incidentally, like, maybe the hardest part. Let's see if I can get it on the first try. I decided to give the player a mushroom because at the end here, you can, if you die, you can just damage boost to the end. And then at the very end of Darker Side, it says thank you in, like, those electrical things. So I decided to say thanks in coins. So that's the level. It's the first one I made. I'm sure it could be a lot better. I'm sure a Darker Side tribute could be a lot better, but I don't know. I really like Odyssey. I think the Darker Side challenge is great, and I thought it would translate well to Super Mario Maker 2. So that's the level. The record time is 5 minutes-ish, which is definitely a lot longer than my clear check time. Once you get good at this level, it is not hard to one-shot it. You just have to, like, be careful at the end and, like, damage boost in certain places. So, like, I think this record is easy to take, and I hope eventually someone takes it. It has, like, 2 likes so far. But I'm proud of it, so anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Peace.